Please don't know. Put on that AC.
Hello, Abuja. You are listening to 93.7 Citizen FM, the latest radio station based in Nigeria's capital. Our station seeks to broadcast a broad mix of culture and views with priority given to development programming to enable residents share ideas and opinions, music and drama. At Citizen FM,
Somebody is coming to look for me.
talk and solution-driven
Somebody is coming.
Our aim is to build a united Nigeria by bringing people of diverse culture together through
Let
communication.
the person come in.
Enjoy listening to 93.7 Citizen FM. We are more.
Alright, Abuja. Alright, Abuja. Abuja, welcome to the program Citizen Sport, reaching you from 93.7 FM with me, Emmanuel Fashimi. Alright, it was a weekend full of sporting action. Yes, indeed, the Nigerian Premier Football League. The Nigerian Premier Football League kicked off over the weekend, and indeed, it was a packed one. Yes, on Friday we witnessed the champions and the runners-up of last season doing battle in the first game of the 2025-2026 season in the Nigerian Premier Football League. And yesterday, all matches for the world was concluded, and El Academy Warriors of Brno were the biggest winner of Match the World, scoring 2 goals against Bendel Insurance, the Benin Arsenal. And yes, the newcomer, also shocking, the big boys, the likes of Wiki Torres of Bauchi, beating their neighbors of Plateau United. And also recorded win, the first away win of the season, when Bayelsa United defeated Shooting Stars of Ibadan 1-0 at the Adami Simba Stadium in Abeokuta, in Ibadan, or your state. Yes, indeed, we'll be giving you all of the full results, and also the English Premier Football League, Manchester United. Yes, after 2 games, 1 point. I will also go to La Liga. Barcelona got their scare on Saturday, but they were able to bounce back from 2 goals down to win that game 3-2 against Levante. These are many more on the show this morning, as we also give you some Nigerian stories in the world of sport. Before we give you some top stories, let's give you some stories from the Alma Football Coaches Youth Championship 2025. It is the vacation tournament organized for the under-15 and under-13 boys in the FCT by Alma Football Coaches Council, organizing this tournament to catch them young. Alright, matches will be played today. In the under-13 category, we give the fixture for the first game for today. In the under-13 category, we have Talent Developers versus Eagles Wing at 1 p.m. To follow that at 2 p.m. is Camp United versus Supertech FC. In the under-15 category, Talent Developers will battle FC Liberty International at 3 p.m. Yes, FC Liberty International, coached by Coach Kenny Wojari. Still in the under-15 category, Eagles Wing will battle Supertech at 4 p.m. as Camp United takes on Assured Hope at 5 p.m. And still in the under-15 category, we have 2 venues. Two venues, that is at the area 3 playground and then the Apollo Settlement. The games to be played at the Apollo Settlement venue in the under-15 category, we have Raven versus Youth Footballers. That game will be coming up at 11 a.m. Whilst Katek FC will take on Refined Nuggets at 12 noon. To follow that will be Standard Boys versus Rising Stars at 1 p.m. And then in the under-13 category, Rulers FA will play Nuruddin Nuruddin FC at 2 p.m. White Standard Boys will battle Zion Heart SA at 3 p.m. Those are the games to be played. I said 2 venues. Some games will be played at the area 3 playground in Geki, and then the other one is the other games will be at the Apo Resettlement. So it is a grassroots football competition for students, yes, who are on holiday right now. Okay, let's give you results. Some games were played on Friday, where in the under 13 boys category, Gum FC and Napo Young Stars played a 1-1 draw, while Raven lost to Nuruddin by 1-0. In the under 15 category, Glim Sport beat Nuruddin FC 1-0. So games will continue today as I've read out the fixture. 2 venues, Apo Resettlement and the Area 3 Playground. It is the Amak Football Coaches Council August Holiday Youth Championship 2025. Okay, let's give you some Nigerian sporting stories. Let's start with the D Tigers of Nigeria as the Nigerian senior men's basketball team. The D Tigers will jet into the country today following their participation at the 31st edition of the men's FIBA Men's Afro Basket Tournament, which took place in Angola from August 12th to 24th. That was yesterday, 2025. The coach, Muhammad Abraman, led team had been eliminated from the tournament last Wednesday after suffering a 91-75 defeat at the hands of regional rivals and continental powerhouse Senegal in the quarter-final stages, but did not leave the Southern African country because the departure dates on their return ticket had been put for Monday, August 25th. However, several senior figures in the team had requested the Nigerian Basketball Federation to change the departure dates on their ticket, but the Federation reportedly refused. Meanwhile, a couple of the team's players, including Houston Rockets guard Josh Okoye, personally purchased their return tickets before leaving Angola for their respective bases. Nigerians' run at the 2025 FIBA Afro Basket Tournament in Angola saw them top Group B with 6 points, following victories against Madagascar, 3-time champions Tunisia, and Cameroon during the round-robin phase. They faced Senegal in their last 8, which resulted in a defeat, although the likes of Caleb Agada, Josh Okoye, Stan Okoye, and Ike Nwamu were the top performers for the D Tigers during the competition. The attention of the team will now turn to the FIBA Men's World Cup qualifying series, set to commence in November as they bid to secure a place for the next edition of the competition set to be held in Qatar in 2027, having missed out on the 2023 edition. The last time Nigeria featured at the FIBA Men's World Cup was during the 2019 edition held in China under the guidance of former head coach Alex Ngora. Meanwhile, Angola and Mali fans filled every seat of the 12,700 Kilamba Arena in Luanda to watch Angola regained their Afro-Basket glory yesterday. Angola crossed Mali 70-43, winning the coveted Afro-Basket title for the first time since 2013. Though not their impressive performance in the tournament, Angola led from start to finish with a lead of more than 20 points in the third quarter. The Angolan fans performed the Mexican wave in unison. At that point, there was no way back for the Malians. Chide Duado led the new champions in scoring 16 points and received MVP chance later in the fourth quarter. Celti Miguel was the other Angolan to score in the double digits, finishing with 12 points. Siriman Kanute and Alio Diarra led Mali with 14 and 11 points respectively. Angola completed their 2025 Afro-Basket campaign with a perfect 6-0, while Mali, who reached the title for the first time, finished 4-3. Mali's 43-pointers are the fewest scored in an Afro-Basket in the last 3 decades. It was a total whitewash from the Angolans, who won the trophy since the last time they won it was in 2013. Yes, they did that emphatically against the Malians. Yes, both their ladies and their guys lost the Afro-Basket title. Remember, the D-Tigress defeated the ladies in the final to cling to win a record 5th straight Afro-Basket women's title. Now the men also losing the final to the host Angola. Okay, let's continue with some basketball stories. And this time around, we'll come back home as River Super's vice captain, Buchi Unwaiwu, has said the team won't be fast by the pressure of defending their Nigerian Basketball Federation Men's League title when the new season starts on Thursday. The Kingsmen successfully defended their 2023 title when they beat Hoops and Reed 71-54 in the playoff final of the 2024 NBPL season last November for their 6th league title overall and heading into the 2025 season as strong favorites. Despite being tagged as favorite for the forthcoming season and heightened expectation from basketball lovers across the country, the 6'7" forward says he remains calm as he looks forward to the start of the new Nigeria NBPL season. That is the Nigerian Basketball Premier League. The 2025 NBPL season will follow a new format, which will see action between all 16 participating teams broken down into 4 phases. That is into 4 phases: group, intergroup, playoff, and final 4 across the Savannah and Atlantic Conference. River Supers are among competing against Delta Force, Oluyole Warriors, and Kwara Falcons in Group B of the Atlantic Conference on home court. Group phase action at the 2025 Nigerian Basketball Premier League season is expected to hold from August 28th to September 3rd before the intergroup phase 2 scheduled for September 24th to October 5th, 2025. All right, let's take this story from the world of boxing. As Ike, the president of Diabuchi, has called out heavyweight champion Alexander Usyk after his highly anticipated ring comeback ended in a third-round technical knockout victory over Idris Fini at the Teslim Balogun Stadium on Saturday night. The 52-year-old unbeaten fighter improved his record to 21-0, that's 16 knockouts, after forcing Affini to retire in his corner at the end of the third round, marking his first bout in 26 years. Let me quote his words. Let me quote a Diabuchi word. He said, I was catching him with good punches. I was banging him down with body shots, and sooner or later I believed he was going to get up. I thought he was about to come out for round 4, but I had landed some punches on his body, and the wise man would not want to come out. With his ring return complete, Idabuchi wasted no time in setting his sights on bigger targets, specifically the Ukrainian heavyweight champion Alexander Usyk. He said, now I want to fight Usyk. I am 21-0 with 16 knockouts. Why can't he fight? Why can't he fight him? If he wants me to fight more, I will fight more. I love fighting. I want him before time. Affini 8 times, that is 15. Showed respect. MBB dedication of athletes who refuse to let time define their limits. Idabuchi, who was considered one of the most feared heavyweight prospects of the 90s, had been imprisoned following a legal troubles after his last fight in 1999 when he stopped Chris Board. He was released in 2015 but later violated his probation, serving an additional 4 years before his final release. Okay, let's continue with some word of trust. As middle distance runner Edose Badin has vowed to return stronger after failing to pick an 5 World Athletics Championship in Tokyo. The qualification window for the event closed on Sunday, and the 800-meter runner was in action on Saturday in what was his last chance to pick an automatic ticket. However, he couldn't make the qualification mark for the men's 800 meters event, which is 1.44. Yes, 1.4, that is 1 minute 44 seconds is the time. Couldn't get the job done. No Tokyo for me. I will bounce back though, according to the athlete, as he posted on his X account. Ibadin, who is the national record holder in the men's 800 meters, has a season best of 1 minute 45 seconds, which he produced at the Oregon Track Club All-Comers at the Hayward Field, Eugene, Oregon, USA on August 7th. The 32-year-old national record stands at 1.44 and has been untouched since 2023 when he dropped it at the Thomas O. Bell track in Washington, D.C., USA in July 2023. Ibadin competed in his first Olympics in Paris last year, finishing 7th in his repechage heat with a time of 1.49 seconds, which wasn't enough to progress to the next round. Before then, he had represented Nigeria at the 2019 World Championship in Doha, Qatar. All right, let's start with football. Let's go straight to the world of football now. And we'll start with the Nigerian Premier Football League as action continued in March the One yesterday across all venues in the country. Yes, that the new season kicked off on Friday between champions and runners-up of last season, that is Remo Stars and Rivers United, which ended on a 1-1 draw. Okun and Mboma getting first and the second goal of the new season. Let's now give you all of the results and the happenings of the game played yesterday across all venues. Let's start from Ibadan, where Shooting Stars FC, 3SC they also called, made a 4-start to life in their first game of the 2025-2026 Nigerian Premier Football League season, losing 1-0 to Bayelsa United at the Lakon Salami Stadium in Ibadan. A 30-minute header from Kede Lawara and the vital 3 points for the visitors as the new look 3SC under new coach Nuruddin Awerro on fans. The hosts launched several attacks to peg back their visitors, who had goalkeeper Clinton Andy to thank for pulling off several strings of saves to keep Bayelsa United in the game and also ensured they ran away with 3 points. The win also marked the winning start to life for Bayelsa United's new coach, Monday Odige. Meanwhile, league returnees Warri Wolves and Wiki Tories also marked their top flight returns with wins against Katsina United and Plateau United. Warri Wolves secured vital away wins thanks to a 76th minute goal from Igbunu. Evia Woman, while Wiki Tories needed a 44th minute penalty from Louis Dadong to beat the Jos side 1-0 as well. New Boys Barao FC also forced 10-men Enyimba to a goalless draw in Kano. Just as Kun Khalifat also head on for a goalless draw against Rangers International of Enugu and the first to Rangers derby of the season to pick their first point in the top flight. Yes, in the other games played in March the One, Academy Warriors were the biggest winner of March the One as they defeated Bendel Insurance 2-0 in Maiduguri. Abia Warriors picked Kano Pillars 1-0, while Ikorodu City were forced to a goalless draw by Kwara United in Ilorin. Meanwhile, the last game of March the One will be played on Wednesday between Niger Tornadoes and Nasarawa United. The league opener between Remo Stars and Rivers United on Friday ended on a 1-1 draw. Alright, let's run over the full fixtures. Abia Warriors defeated Kano Pillars 1-0 at their home ground in Umuahia. Barao FC held Enyimba to a goalless draw at the Sani Abacha Stadium as Academy Warriors defeated Bendel Insurance 2-0 at the Academy Stadium in Maiduguri. Rangers International of Enugu battled to a goalless draw against Kun Khalifat of Imo State. Katsina United lost at home to Warri Wolves 1-0. Kwara United were held to a goalless draw by Ikorodu City. The Oga Boys, as they are called, that is Ikorodu City. And Shooting Stars lost to Bayelsa United 1-0 at their home ground, that is the Lakon Salami Stadium in Ibadan. Plateau United lost to their neighbors, Wiki Tories of Bauchi 1-0. So we had 2 away wins in March the One of the Nigerian Premier Football League. Yes, the last game for market on Wednesday between Niger Tornadoes and Nasarawa United. But as things stands right now, Academy Warriors is at the top of the table for market one after beating Bella Insurance 2-0. They have 3 points plus 2 goal difference, followed by Abia Warriors. And then we have Bayelsa United also having 3 points with 1 goal. Warri Wolves also on 3 points with 1 goal. So we have Academy first, Abia second, Bayelsa United third, Warri Wolves fourth. Wiki Tourists are 5th, Remo Stars are 6th, Rivers United 7th. United, Shooting Stars of Ibadan and Bengal Insurance all occupying the bottom of the table for match day 1. Indeed, the win is good to boost their confidence to new life in the Nigerian Premier Football League. Alright, we'll now go straight to the English Premier Football League, the EPL, and we'll give you all of the results of the games played in the top 5 European League for the weekend. We'll start with the English Premier Football League as games continued in March Day 2 of the English Premier Football League, the most watched league in the world, the most glamorous league. They say it is exciting and interesting. Yes, one team, after spending about £200 million in the transfer market, they've not still looked like a team that is ready. But indeed, it is work in progress. Yes, Manchester United 4-1 win over Bournemouth in the Premier League Summer Series last month was notable because Rasmus Højlund sought out a UK journalist post-match to say firmly he wants to remain at Old Trafford. Højlund did not know it at the time, but that game in Chicago could well end up being the final one he starts for United. With a £74 million move from RB Leipzig frontman Benjamin Sesko pending and finally completed on August 9th, Højlund featured for 18 minutes in the final 2 games against Everton. After that, he was an unused substitute against Fiorentina at Old Trafford and has not been involved in either of United's 2 Premier League games so far. It is anticipated that Serie A champions Napoli will renew their push for the Danish striker this week as a replacement for the injured Romelu Lukaku, who is set to miss 4 months with a thigh issue. Yes, what Manchester United coach did not know, Ruben Amorim, what he did not know as he spoke after the Bournemouth match was the problems his side would have scoring goals in open play. Sunday's 1-1 draw at Fulham after an open 1-0 defeat by Arsenal means United's only strike so far this season is an own goal by Rodrigo Muniz. They have played 4 games since that night in Chicago and scored 4 times, a penalty, 2 own goals, and a single effort from open play in Mason Mount's well-worked effort against Everton. United might lament their inability to leave Craven Cottage with 3 points, but that is chiefly centered around another penalty, which Bruno Fernandes sent high over the bar. As Fulham boss Marco Silva pointedly remarked, in the second half, their best chances were set pieces, nothing more. It is probably not what Amorim would have expected after a summer outlay of £200 million on Matheus Cunha, Brian Mbemo, and Benjamin Sesko. He continues to keep Sesko on the bench. In 2 games coming from the bench, you need goals. Yes, Manchester United battled to a 1-1 draw at the Craven Cottage, another London team, where after one London team defeated them in the open weekend of the new season, that is Arsenal at Old Trafford. Okay, let's give you the results of games played over the weekend in the English Premier Football League and other leagues, as the Serie A and the German Bundesliga also started this last weekend. Okay, Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium for the 3rd straight season lost to Tottenham Hotspur 2-0 at home. That is there at the Etihad. AFC Bournemouth beat Wolverhampton Wanderers 1-0. Brentford beating Aston Villa 1-0 also. Burnley were 2-0 over Sunderland. Both teams got promoted to the English Premier Football League last season, and Burnley got the better of Sunderland after Burnley lost their first game of the season to Tottenham Hotspur, but they responded well after that defeat by beating Sunderland 2-0. Arsenal hammered Leeds United at the Emirates Stadium 5-0, with Gyökeres scoring a brace. Games continued yesterday. Crystal Palace and Nottingham Forest shared the spoils at the Selhurst Park, where the game ended 1-1. Brighton lost to Everton 2-0, as Jack Grealish was also instrumental in that game. And then Manchester United played a 1-1 draw against Fulham at the Craven Cottage. In the Spanish La Liga, Osasuna defeated Valencia 1-0. Real Sociedad and Espanyol did 2-2 draw. Villarreal hammered Girona 5-0 as Real Madrid went away to beat Real Oviedo 3-0, with Kylian Mbappe and Vinny Jr. on the score sheet. Real Mallorca and Celta Vigo played a 1-1 draw. Atletico Madrid also were held to a 1-1 draw by Elche at the Wanda Metropolitano Stadium as Levante, after 2 goals up, lost to Barcelona at home 3-2. Yes, in the German Bundesliga, after Bayern Munich opened their season with a fine win, a 6-0 hammering of RB Leipzig. That was on Friday, with Harry Kane scoring a hat-trick in that game. The games continued on Saturday. Hoffenheim, they handled Bayer Leverkusen 2-1, beating them at the Bay Arena. Hoffenheim defeated Bayer Leverkusen 2-1. Yes, the first German Bundesliga game of Erik ten Hag, former Manchester United coach. Eintracht Frankfurt beat Werder Bremen 4-1. FC Heidenheim lost at home to Wolfsburg 3-1 as Freiburg and Augsburg, same scoreline as Augsburg defeated Freiburg 3-1. Union Berlin beat VfB Stuttgart 2-1. St. Pauli and Borussia Dortmund ended on a 3-3 draw. The Italian Serie A also kicked off this weekend with Genoa and Lecce opening the season with a goalless draw. Sassuolo lost to defending champions Napoli 2-0. AC Milan were beaten by Cremonese 2-1 as AS Roma beat Bologna 1-0.